Okay, how the hell do you make one of the funniest, most chaotic horror movies of the last decade with almost no budget? And then star in it yourself. Well, that's exactly what Joseph Winter did with Deadstream. If you've ever dreamed about making your own movie, especially if you want to be in front of the camera and behind it, this is the case study you need to learn. We are living in a wild moment where content creators are becoming filmmakers. Chris Stuckman just dropped the Shelby Oaks trailer, which is someone that I grew up watching for years and years, so I'm super interested to see what Chris is going to bring to the genre. You got Markiplier making the Iron Lung movie, and Raka Raka, who are probably the most successful example with Talk to Me and Bring Her Back. I mean, these guys are redefining what's possible without waiting for permission. And as a content creator myself, my ultimate dream, which I think a lot of other content creators share, is to make my own movie one day. I know Chris from 3C Films has talked about making his own movie one day. Killjoy Jake has dreamed about making his own horror movie one day and has even produced, directed, and starred in his own horror shorts called Chicken Man. Go check that one out. Killjoy Jake has some awesome content. But getting back on track here, I think Deadstream should be our North Star. It serves as a great example and case study as to what is possible in terms of making your own movie. Joseph Winter didn't only make a film, he went full on one-man band. He wrote the script, directed it, starred in it, edited it, and scored it.
Of course, the ultimate praise goes to Vanessa and Joseph Winter. I mean, they directed and wrote it, produced it, edited the movie, found all the locations, Joseph scored the movie, and also managed to star in it. And I just have to call attention to how challenging Joseph's job was. I don't know how he did it, but I know he deserves major prop. It was seriously impressive to watch in person.
That's not a flex, that's a blueprint. It proves the craziest version of the dream is doable, and that matters, because to make any giant goal real, you need to believe. You see, most people quit at the "that's impossible" stage, so seeing someone already do it flips the switch from maybe to let's go. Let me tell you a true story that will emphasize the point. For decades, people swore a sub 4-minute mile was physically impossible. Then, in 1954, Roger Bannister ran 3 minutes and 59 seconds. 46 days later, John Landy went even faster. Today, sub 4 has been done by multiple high schoolers. The body didn't change, the belief did. That's the power of a first mover. And for me, Deadstream is that moment for creator-led, star in your own movie horror. Obviously, I have massive respect for Chris Stuckman and what he's accomplished, and I'm really looking forward to his movie just as much as Markiplier and Raka Raka. No shade, massive kudos. But if your dream is like mine, which is to write, direct, and star in your own movie, the clearest example to study is Joseph Winter. Obviously, I'm kind of lying to you because Sylvester Stallone probably would be the best example since he wrote and starred in the movie Rocky, so that technically would be the most legendary example, but that wasn't a horror movie. So in terms of the horror genre, I think Joseph Winter is the best example to go to. A lot of people may say that's too much. You can't direct, star, write, edit, do all these things. You gotta pick your lane. But those people, no disrespect, are kind of thinking small, because there's no doubt nowadays that you can totally make a very good quality movie with a low budget if you put your absolute best effort in, as you can clearly see that Joseph Winter and his wife did in Deadstream. Now, as much as I would love to make my own movie, and I know that's the end game for a lot of content creators, the biggest obstacle that most of us are gonna face is money. You see, having big dreams is awesome, but dreams need oxygen. They need action. And the choke point for most of us is funding. If you can't fund the movie yourself, you're gonna need a studio, and that means they're gonna have a heavy say in what goes down. Ask David Fincher about Alien 3, one of the best directors alive working on a legendary franchise, and the result is widely considered one of the series' weakest because of studio interference and chaotic production. So if it can happen to Fincher, it can definitely happen to anyone. So funding it yourself gives you a lot more creative control, but the flip side is, you're not gonna have that much money. I mean, unless you're just swimming in cash, funding your own movie is gonna be very, very difficult. But that's why we love horror so much, because the obvious loophole. Horror movies can be shot on a micro budget and go viral. Think about it. The Blair Witch Project budget was roughly around 35 to 60K and made about 248 million worldwide. A more recent example, Skinamarink, which was shot for about $15,000, roughly made 2.1 million worldwide. And my personal favorite horror movie of all time, Terrifier 2, was shot for about 250K and made roughly 15 million worldwide. Not to mention that the 250K was mostly crowdfunded. This is what's awesome about horror. Small budgets, massive upside. Horror rewards creativity over cash. Joseph Winter had barely any money to shoot this movie, but him and his wife and everyone involved in this movie got super inventive to make a very entertaining found footage film that has tons of great practical effects, makeup, monster design, and good acting. It truly shows that you don't have to go the conventional route, and you can make your own things if you're really passionate about it and you put maximum effort into it. Obviously, you need a team. Joseph Winter had a team, and everyone that worked on that project did an amazing job. And I'm actually going to link down below a video of a behind the scenes of this movie that really breaks down even further how that movie was made, and I really implore you go watch it because it is fascinating. So as a final message to you, the audience, if you've ever had big dreams, especially about making your own movie, but sometimes that just feels impossible, just know it's not. Nothing is impossible, especially in this day and age. So if guys like 3C Films is watching this, I really implore, make that movie, take that leap of faith, take the jump, risk. You have to make a risk. And of course, I would love to make my own film, which is something that I'm currently working on right now. I'm writing my first novella ever called The Nazi Experiment. Stay tuned for that. I've been working super hard on this. I'm currently transforming it into a script as well. Much more to come, but as always, chase your dreams, make it happen. Life rewards action, not intelligence. Action. So for you creative content creators out there, take the step.